morning, turn down your earphones and your volume and take out your earphones if you have them, cause I may very well be screaming right now. After, 271 chapters, although he hasn't been in every single one. I have no idea exactly how many appearances he had in this manga, but he was at least in the start. From the very start, he was the best. And then he lost against a character that just bumped up just like that! Are you for real? Yes, this is the Shokugeki no Soma chapter 271. Long story short, first of all, they have arrested all of the other chefs, and then the Elite 10 plus their colleagues gather up, and according to them all, they told him it's Saiba, but of course Irina doesn't believe it's Saiba. But strangely enough, Soma is not a bit surprised by this, because, well, he is who he is. So it's during this time that finally that Satoichi reveals to the Elite 10 traitors, Izan and Nene. Kuga was technically not a traitor. Who Saiba is. It pisses me off a little bit, that fact that Nene is saying it makes sense now. Some part of the secret of your strength lies with him, huh? Actually, a part of me is extra pissed off against that. Yes, Soma has heroic lineage, but according to Yoichiro, he didn't even want Soma to be a chef. So Yoichiro has been his teacher, yes, in everything when it comes to personality and under pressure, but it comes to cooking, it was all Soma's moments. Well, either way, he calls Soma, Yoichiro, and strangely enough, Yoichiro answers. So immediately Soma asks, who is this guy who calls him Saiba? And he answers with, my other son. My other son? Are you serious? You know, I could have gone with my brother or my cousin or something like that. But my other son? Are you telling me a chef that beats Yoichiro? Yeah, they have a Shokugeki and he wins 5 against 0. The enemy Saiba wins. Are you telling me a guy that just pops up out of nowhere from after so many times, who has the Saiba lineage, just happened to surpass him? How does that even make sense? It made more sense if the rebels won against the Elite 10. That makes more sense than the fact that a guy just pops out of nowhere and all of a sudden he's the new antagonist and the new guy Soma has to beat. Because I have a very big feeling Soma is not gonna beat this guy. And if he's gonna beat this guy, then a lot of people besides me are gonna complain. So it's just gonna be so much fun. So right now I am the complainer because I do not like that. You know, I admit, last week I did say, are we finally gonna dive into the Saiba family? So the only thing I really do hope that they do is that we will dive into the Saiba family, because this kid or whatever is actually using the Saiba last name. He could have used his mother, because it's apparent that this is not Soma's brother. His full brother. Of course, he hangs up on the phone and then they cooks the food, and Yoichiro, of course, loses, as I said. Very difficult, as the young Saiba calls him Yoichiro. He tells him his name is Saiba Asashi. As he then walks again, he says he's going to Japan in order to meet someone, his brother. And the last thing we see is the mobile phone and a sign of Yukihara. So, given to the fact that we see a close-in on the phone and on the Yukihara symbol, it's very possible that Saiba Asuchi is going to destroy Yukihara. Again, I have a very big problem with this. I know I said we wanted to dive into the Saiba family, but are you telling me he has another son? And who the hell is this son? I mean, was Yoshiro some kind of skirt chaser? Or is it possible that this was a son from a previous relationship? I mean, again, we don't know anything about Yoshiro's past, nor the fact of his Saiba roots. It's not even known if Saiba was a wealthy name. Given to the fact that this Saiba Atsushi became a dark chef, that means he must have had his means to become a good chef. I mean, he just bested Yoshiro after all. And you cannot best Yoshiro if you haven't become good. But the thing is, how the hell did Saiba Atsushi know about Shokugeki? I mean, there are some things that do not make sense here. I mean, if for example, if Atsushi knew about Shokugeki, that would mean that Yoshiro actually was his father for some time. Then why did he abandon him? Second of all, if he now beat Yoshiro, then that means he has to have really broken cooking all over the place. And he can only have done that if he's trained, so my guess is he must have sharpened his knife in the dark kitchens. But still, there's so many things I do not like. I really did not like the fact that Yoshiro just lost. He was Soma's goal. 491 was it? 491 losses, and then just this nuke antagonist just pops out of nowhere and defeats him. That's upsetting. That is really upsetting. So who is Saiba Atsushi? If he now is, since he seems to be Yoshiro's other son, I wanna know what from what. If Saiba was a noble name, then it's very likely that Yoshiro was in an arranged marriage once upon a time, but maybe he abandoned that when he traveled around the world. And thus, that could also very well be another reason why he abandoned his Saiba name, because he didn't want to have anything to do with it. Either way, a very upsetting chapter. But I really hope it will at least bring back some glory later on. Since Saiba Atsushi is definitely the new big bad, then I wonder what kind of trouble he is gonna bring. Give me your thoughts if you have any.